Will Robinson here from Robinson's Auto Toolsandtime.com. Welcome back. Today in the shop we have a 2019 Dodge Ram Bighorn Edition 1500. Came in about a few weeks ago with a front brake issue, and I put up a video of can you spot the problem. We got the customer back on the road, and it's back today. After doing a visual inspection when it was here last, the rear brakes were almost down to the rotors, and now they are down to the rotors. So he tows a trailer with this a lot, so you might be wondering, 2019, already needing all this brake work. Not a sponsor, but I should definitely buy some stock. Starting over here on the driver's side, this is looking from the back side of the caliper. We have two 10mm brake pen loose. Leave one in. Break the other one loose. Take and remove these two bolts. At this point, I'll pull on the caliper a little bit. Remove it like so. Try not to pull on this ABS wire too much. We don't want the caliper to hang from the hose and the ABS wire. So I have this little hanger that I made from a piece of brake line. Now we're going to take and remove the caliper bracket. You have two retaining bolts. They're 21mm. You can pop the brake pads out now if you like. However, I could do that on a bench. You will find that they use Loctite on these bolts. So they're going to come out a little tough the entire way. Next, we're going to take and remove the rotor. Now this one has the emergency brakes on the inner portion, so it's a brake drum rotor combination. A lot of times these could be rusted on here pretty good. And there might be a lip that you encounter when you go to pull this off. If it's too bad, we'll have to take some slack out of the brake shoes. However, 9 times out of 10, you can usually get them off once you break the rust loose. As you can see, there's no jack and bolts on this one. So the best way I found is you get yourself a BFH, put on some safety glasses. Make sure you don't hit a stud, otherwise you're going to be replacing studs. After a few hits, you'll hear the sound change. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. That's the rotor popping off. If you're replacing the rotors, you can also try giving it a whack from the back side. Now, as you can see, this one's coming off relatively easy. Like I said, rotor on the outside, brake drum on the inside. As you can see, we're a little over 430 seconds, well within specifications. Now let's take and prepare the caliper bracket. Take and pop the brake pads out of it like so. And we'll also take and remove these clips. So a lot of times when you remove these, you'll find they're in decent shape if you clean them up. And that's because I believe they're made out of stainless steel, but you can see how dirt and grime gets built up on the top side. Another problem with these is that the caliper bracket is carbon steel and they tend to rust. And as you know, when rust builds, it kind of lifts. As you can imagine, it'll lift this clip up into the pads and make the pads kind of bind tight within the caliper bracket. So it's very important to remove these clips and clean underneath them. You can use a wire brush, a wire wheel, a sandblaster, or whatever means you have. So as you can see, we got this one cleaned up really well. And now this just turned into an episode of hurry up and wait. Because unfortunately, they gave us the wrong brake pads and the wrong rotors. While I'm waiting for the parts to arrive, I'm going to take and prepare the caliper. Before you take and push the piston in, it's a good idea to clean around the perimeter with some brake cleaner. One thing you may need is a hook pick, and I have one that no longer has a tip on it, and it makes it a little bit safer that so you don't tear the boot. But a lot of times I take and I peel this back a little bit as I'm squeezing in the caliper. We're just going to start compressing the caliper. And as you can see, everything is pushing in so far so good. Make sure everything's good up top. Sometimes you can just roll it back with your finger a little bit too. Just allow a little bit of air in there. I don't know if you heard that. And that's all the way. So in this next step, we're going to take and inspect these sliders. They feel really good, but a lot of times, especially on older vehicles, you're going to have to pop these out and clean them. So what we'll do is we'll take our pick, we'll pop that off like so, pull this out. In this case, everything is clean and solid. We're going to actually take and pop this rubber out. Just like that. Same thing with this caliper. Corrosion and whatnot starts building up on the backside and pushing tighter and tighter onto that caliper pin and binding it. So we're going to take and we're going to clean underneath there really well. I'll do the same thing with the bottom. And for cleaning out these bores, just use whatever means you have available to you. Make sure we hit it all the way around. For reassembly, I'm using a brake and rubber lubricant. You want to make sure whatever you use is compatible with rubber, because the last thing you want to do is put something on there that causes the rubber to swell. What I tend to do is we're putting it back together now, so I have on a clean set of gloves. All the dirty parts are done. I just give it a nice little film, make sure everything's cleaned up, and then we'll stick our rubbers back through. Start reassembling everything. You see that fell together nicely. Give it a twist, make sure everything's good. Once you're all cleaned up, we'll take and we'll apply a little bit of fresh grease on there. While you have the rubbers apart, it's a good practice to clean out the old grease, because we'll be applying new stuff on. It may not be the same. Come on, Betsy. Once you get it started, you should be able to push it through like so. You go a little bit beyond. And same thing here. You'll feel it catch on each side. Same thing with the bottom. All right, once you get that together, they should feel nice and loose. No binding. I take a little bit of grease. Same thing, I put it around here. I also put it on here. Any contact points, put it here. Prior to putting the rotor and the drum on, take and clean it with some brake cleaner. And if this rotor should slide on nice because it doesn't have a lip or anything on the inside. But if it doesn't, we'll have to take some slack out of the parking brake. It feels like we're good. I can feel it touching a little bit, but nothing major. Okay, that feels good. Now let's get the caliper bracket ready. A little bit of grease. We're going to put it on the underside of the clip. Metal clips. If you don't have new ones, make sure you clean the old ones really good. Remember these surface areas here that get mucked up. Put them on the same way you removed them. Either way, you could put a little bit of grease on these points to give it a little bit of extra lubrication. Some say do, some say don't. Historically, I used to do it all the time, but I did see in later years some people not using grease on the pad side, because as we've seen, even on this newer vehicle, when we pulled it apart, we had a lot of grime built up in between the pad and this clip. So a lot of people start putting them together dry, saying that they see less likelihood of grime and dirt buildup that would stick to pads, and instead of erosion, because these should be I believe they're stainless steel on these, but anyhow, use it to your discretion. Do it the way you feel best, or follow your service recommendations, I should say. And just always make sure the pads are facing inwards. These ones don't have any wear indicator strips, and it doesn't even come with any. As you've seen, the old ones didn't have any wear indicator strips either. Interestingly enough. Apply some fresh Loctite to your bolts. Slide the brackets on like so. Torque the spec. At this point, make sure everything's pushed in nice. Looks good. Like I said earlier, we put our grease on the back side. Push your pins, push your pins back. You'll see this bottom side of the caliper has this little lip. We're gonna have to tuck that in. I'll show you. Like so. Take and start our bolts. Work this back. Install our little retainer clip that we had off. Give everything once over, make sure your backing plate didn't get bent or anything during the process. At this point, with everything back together, we're all torqued to spec. I should be able to take this caliper and it should be free floating. I'm happy with it. All right, guys. I'm gonna do the same process on the other side. Now take and reinstall the wheels, torque them to spec. I'll try to leave the torque specs along the way as I edit this video. Back in the vehicle, important step. Pump the brakes until you get a solid pedal. This will push the pistons back out of the calipers. In addition, this vehicle uses rear shoes for the parking brake. Exercise your parking brake. Get those shoes adjusted out. Feels pretty good. Well guys, that's gonna wrap this one up. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give this video a like. Comment below. I love hearing your feedback. Subscribe, check that bell to be notified for future videos. Until next time, stay tuned.